Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. In today's video, we're going to be diving down into the world of Cardano, specifically talking about the price action of ADA. As we get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. Really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Now, of course, in the description down below, you will find a link to our Discord server. Why not check that out? We actually do a lot more notifications of things that are going on in and around the space down in our Discord server. Join the community and you'll be kept up to date with everything crypto. Right, with all that said, done, and out of the way, let's jump on down to the desktop and take a look at what is going on here with Cardano. Okay guys, so we're going to start things off like we have been recently on the last few of our TA videos, and that is going to be starting with the smaller timeframes and progressively working up into the macro picture during this video. So to start with, we're on the hourly chart here, and we want to talk about what's going to be kind of been going on recently with the price action of Cardano. So there's a few things that are worth noting here. So let me just grab my brush. We've had some interesting kind of waves up here to the upside. Okay, we obviously can see that we've had some interesting moves to the downside and some sideways trading going on over this side as well. So let's start off with actually taking a look at this kind of action here. So the first thing we want to do is actually measure this distance here right in this point, and we want to see what actually happened with this C wave here. You can see it went impulsive. Okay, so basically this C wave here, if we actually go ahead and move our Fibonacci retracement tool, you can see that it went all the way up here past the standard area, close to the impulsive move, and then you had that pullback, and again we end up with another wave. Now you can of course count this in multiple different ways. We can count this as basically an ABC with an ABC correction and an additional ABC, or we can just shortcut this and actually go ahead and do a 1 through 5, as in we have one wave here, one wave, second wave comes down, third wave up, fourth wave down, not crossing wave 1, and then we peak that with our fifth wave here. This actually led to an ABC correction to the downside. Again, we can take our ABC corrections and we can see this one play out just like so. This is actually quite a steep one, so we do want to just check to make sure that we are actually, not going potentially impulsive to the downside. And here you can see that we did actually tick that box there, and you can also arguably make this an impulsive move to the downside as well. So we might as well label that up just here. And what we'll do is we'll go with, if I actually grab hold of that properly, we'll go with a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5 to the downside. Okay, so we have 5 waves up, 5 waves down, and now we're tracking this move just here. And you can see here we obviously have one clear wave up, one pullback, and another clear wave up again. So again, that looks like it's an ABC move, right? And if it is, then what we're looking for here is to see what happens next. We want to be taking this point at the top down here with our fibs. We want to just make sure that we actually get that right on the nose there. So we'll just expand this up a little bit, and we'll just move that out of the way, and we'll make sure that our Fibonacci retracement tool goes right at the bottom, and then we'll just put that fifth wave back there. Okay, cool. So here we obviously have the Fibonacci retracement tool running on that entire wave count just there. Let me just zoom out a little bit so you can see. Basically running from this low point of wave 5 up to this high point just up here, about $1.35. And then what we want to do is we want to move this over just to this low wick that we had over here on this massive pullback, and then we can see that we actually fell short, right? There's this major resistance at 135, but the most probable area of a C wave would have been to actually have seen this come up to about 135.8. Instead, we saw those wicks come up to about 135.3, so a little bit higher than we were previously, ever so slightly. So it does complete the ABC move, and then we pull back down. Now there are some interesting things going on here that I do want to kind of acknowledge. We were expecting a bigger move, and this still is potentially in play, and this is basically could argue that this is a big A wave. And it basically what we're looking for now is that B wave down, right? So we have that A wave, we have this sideways trade, this could be a B, and then we obviously go up a little bit higher. That would actually finish at about 140, and maybe pushing up a little bit higher into that kind of 145 range. And what that actually looks like is this move just here. So if we actually zoom out a little bit, we can say that this is our A wave, this looks like our B wave, and our C wave would take us out towards that $1.40 range, okay, just up there. And again, this is measurable with the retracement tool, the Fibonacci retracement tool, from that high point down to that originating low point. And again, we can then just move this over on top of our low B wave there, And again, you can see here $1.40.6, which would be the most probable area for that. So there is a potential bigger play here. Obviously, on the hourly chart, you don't necessarily see it so much because there's lots of noise. On the daily, that one would be very, very apparent to us. So right now, obviously, as we have this pullback, you can acknowledge that this looks like an ABC on this micro movement, an A, B, and C just here. It definitely does look like it's bottoming out around this level of support at about $1.30, and we are heavily oversold on our stochastic RSI. This is indicating to me that we are more than likely going to start to see a reversal to the upside, but there is major resistance at $1.35, so do expect some kind of resistance here that might actually lead us into a bit of a reversal. With that being said, we could also see a potential impulsive move here that actually takes Cardano up to that $1.40 range that we just spoke about. So obviously that would be 5 waves up, 3 waves down, 5 waves up, 3 waves down, 5 waves up, and a 5-3-5-3-5 motion, or also known as an impulsive move 1 through 5. Okay, so here's what that kind of could look like. Too early to say for sure. We'll know that once we start to see the reversal. So we are expecting for a bit of a push to the upside on the smallest time frame that we like to do on this channel, which is the hourly. So when we actually come on up into our daily chart, this is where we start to take a look at the bigger picture. And there's obviously quite a few things kind of going on here. And again, as I just said, with that bigger move that we were just talking about with that move to 140, you can take that low point, take that high point, take our recent low point here, and you get that move out there. Okay, and again, this is measurable. Using those fibs, we can see what is likely to, or most probable to happen here as we continue this motion to the upside. This one actually, on the bigger macro picture, looks like it's actually going a little bit higher towards $1.69.8 based on this move here. So again, we can take a look at the bigger ABC down, and we are looking for an ABC up. Obviously, this is actually forming a triangular wedge. So far, not an Elliott wave triangle, so we are monitoring that situation, but it could lead into one. But for now, this is actually looking pretty progressive, so we want to watch that and see how this one plays out. This could lead to a huge break with this turns impulsive, and that's the new trend that we're waiting for. You can also acknowledge that the stochastic RSI is heading to the oversold area, so this is going to encourage that boost to the upside that we're looking for here with Cardano. So overall, we're looking pretty good on our daily chart, like we are also looking very, very good on our hourly. So the last one I do want to kind of talk about is, of course, the biggest piece of all, which is, of course, that weekly chart. Now, obviously, with the deviation, I do call it a deviation at this point, as we set a new all-time high according to the trends that were set in the bull run during 2021. We had the ABC correction to the downside, and we are looking for a big ABC move right now to the upside. This again could turn impulsive, but again, this is the weekly chart, so this is going to take quite some time to actually play out. But I could see a move here for turning this C wave impulsive with a nice big third wave and then a fourth wave down, which could then take us into that fifth wave. Now, obviously, as we kind of zoom out here, we can see how this played out before. A big wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then a really small wave 5. And I think this is bad timing, really, to get that small wave 5 here. But obviously set another all-time high, and then we had this huge pullback with Cardano. So I think we're in the cusp of a new trend forming, and that is going to play out in the next few weeks, and we'll hopefully have a good idea as to where this is likely to go. Obviously, we can speculate on various different price points, whether that's $10, $15, $20, $25. I think it's too soon to really say, but I am expecting some really interesting things in 2022 with Cardano, just from a fundamental point of view, and what that actually means for data and on-chain metrics such as transactional volume, etc. I've spoken about this a fair few times in the past. I'm not going to bore you on this video. This video is going to be a brief technical analysis update on what I'm expecting with Cardano. Overall, all the charts are oversold. Okay, so everything's right down there on the stochastic RSI, indicating that we are looking for a pretty good move to the upside. Last time we were down here in this area on the weekly, for example, we went up and set a new all-time high. And again, when we actually take a look at this from our time down here, when we were oversold on our daily, very, very good results were made. Likewise, when we actually take a look at our hourly chart, when we actually take a look at this from when we were last down at this low point, we actually had a good run to the upside. So heavily oversold across all those charts, and obviously the most bullish outlook is on our weekly chart. So if we're ever in doubt, do zoom out. We've made good progress so far, but these level of gains for a project of this caliber are really small. I am still expecting significant gains still to be made. So guys, I'm going to leave leave the video there. If you have found it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With this said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.